Oh shoot, I ain't got my headphones on. Good morning, good morning. How y'all doing out there? I am Omi Bell, and listen, I'm so happy to be here with y'all. Shout out to everybody out there as y'all follow the stream because this is going to be an interesting journey. Okay, I have decided, and I posted this in my last social post. I have decided that I am, well, I would say actually, I told a little bit of the story, so maybe I'll tell it here. As of, oh Lord, this curve is not doing it. This curve is a little bulky. I'm gonna have to take this off. As of 2020, so 2024, I took a sabbatical, and during that sabbatical, I it was the first time I ever stopped and rested. And hello Mo, I see you. I'll bring you up in a second. It was the first time I ever stopped and rested, and I realized that there's something wrong with that. Like, I've been building my company at that point for 8 years. We're now 10 years in, and I hadn't taken a break at all. Like, it was kind of crazy. And in that is where I found nervous system regulation. In that is where I started to just understand that the way I had been building wasn't the way that things need to be built. That wasn't like the team no sleep. Team no sleep. Let's boom boom boom. Never whatever. Go go go. Like, it just didn't have to be that, and that I needed to shift that. And so, in saying that, I started nervous system regulation. I got certified as a breathwork practitioner, Reiki 1 and 2. I started really getting into other kinds of work. And I really started realizing that, rest is a part of performance. Like, when I'm rested, I can really get into my intuition. Your intuition is a part of your unique vantage point, right? Like, nobody can hear and see what you can hear and see. And we all have it. It's a gift that we came with. And that we needed to think about using that more. And that nobody taught me that. Like, everybody taught me that I was supposed to grind till I die. And like, I actually don't want to die grinding. That's not how I want to in my life. You know what I mean? I want to be rested. I want to be peaceful. I want to enjoy my life and enjoy what I've built, essentially. And so I wasn't going to do that running the way I was running. So having said that, I've been changing what that looks like. So that's how I came up with 3B Society in this series, the 3B series. 3B stands for body, business, and belonging. And I'm a firm believer that body is a part of economic mobility, and we don't talk about it that way. It's like the way body is currently talked about is like, oh, like, get wealthy, then you can be healthy. Or like, yeah, no, actually, like, performance reviews should also ask about your peace, and they don't. So I'm saying that they should. And so this is where this series came from. Now, let me say this. The reason why the title here is day 2 of Becoming Omi is because I had been thinking, okay, so I had decided I'm going to move to launching my own wellness business, right? I'm going to do it. I already been doing one-on-ones with clients. I've done 100 to 200 person sessions with breath work and sound healing and all that. I'm already doing this work, but I'm kind of doing it like over here. And I'm like, I want to bring it over here. But what most people know me for is the work I've done with Black Girl Ventures. They know me for funding people and speaking on stages and talking about business development and talking about business growth and some investments. Like, they know me from these different circles. And so I'm like, what do I do with that? How do these people who know me from business now be like, oh, is she crazy? She's doing breath work? She's teaching people sound healing? Like, and yes, I am. Hello. Okay, get into it. But a lot of this brings into play the feeling of belonging. And what does that mean? Where do I belong now? I know what my spirit is telling me to do. I know what my soul is now calling me to do, similar to the calling that I felt with BGV. I know, yes, bring it to the center. Nathan, there you go. And that is where I am. So I decided I'm not going to freak out and get overwhelmed about how to show y'all whatever. I'm going to do it openly. I'm going to become the next version of myself right in front of everybody. And so that's around making and tripping through mistakes with building the brand. So I'm sharing those mistakes openly. One of them was thinking I had to start a bunch of accounts. So first thing I did was like, oh, I'm gonna start 3B. I need to go start a new Instagram and a new YouTube and child with one producer. There's no way. There's one producer and me. There's no way I can run 7 freaking accounts. So to all the tech bros that tell you like, oh, post 1,000,000 times a day and that's how you're gonna like, let me tell y'all, bump that. I can't. I ain't got it. And so I'm gonna tell y'all what I am doing. One of the things I am doing is interviewing amazing people. And so I'm excited to bring our guest for today up to talk to y'all about what she has going on and what and her view of all of body business and belonging. Her category that she'll be talking about today is belonging. And her name is Jessica Mo Hiramoto. She is a wellness coach and breathwork practitioner helping high-performing individuals move out of survival mode and into clarity, confidence, and aligned action. Maybe she can. I'm gonna ask her because after 15 years as a career with a career in the music industry, she now works at the intersection of identity, nervous system regulation, and emotional release through her signature method, the Hiramoto method, a 3-part approach combining subconscious emotional clearing, breathwork, and coaching. Now, I'm gonna need to talk to Mo about how she shifted her identity because she may be able to help me out. She was once a music industry executive, and now she's moved into this full body work. I would say she didn't say that, but I'm saying that this full body healing work around emotional clearing, breathwork, and coaching. At the core of her work is a simple truth. She helps people remember who they really are and become who they're becoming. How about that? I actually did not, I had not read her full bio, but who knew that I would need this morning? You know what? The universe knew. Mo is the founder of a first generation wellness, a platform, a community designed to help people define, design, and share their wellness legacy through education, exposure, and enlightenment. Her mission is to help people come back to themselves, stay curious, and trust the answers they already hold within. So coming to the stage, I'm excited to introduce you to Mo.
Hello, hello.
I can hear you, but I can't see you. Can you see me?
Oh no, I can see you.
I mean, I
Hold
can see
on.
you down there, but I can't see you up here. It's not you. It's StreamYard. 1 second. Yeah, that's super weird. Okay, let me see. Now.
No,
Okay, let me do this. There we go. Here we go. There
oh,
we go.
here
All
we
right.
are. You got a whole background, everything. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Hi.
Hello, beautiful. How are you?
Oh Lord Jesus. It is early in the morning over here. I'm in
It
LA.
is. Thank you so much. Let me tell y'all, first of all, shout out to all the people that are the practitioners that are joining me in LA because a lot of them like, girl, this is early. Okay, we'll be getting up early like that
Alice
over
said this
here.
over. I was like, you know what? I really liked her energy. And I was like, if this is the one chance that I can get to speak with her, then I'm gonna take it. But I was like, damn, I don't usually get out of bed
And you look
until
great, first of all. For you not usually getting out of bed, you
this
look
is me getting up
amazing.
at 5:45. Like, okay, I have to be on a camera and I need to look decent. Like my face is still puffy, but we're good. We're good.
You look beautiful. You rocked it. Okay. And thank you so much for appeasing me. And I think shout out to Alice, who she had a career pivot summit. I got a chance to meet some amazing practitioners. And and her introducing me to like awesome folks. And so I'm so glad. Thank you so much. Now listen, I'm in the middle of building my West Coast audience. So I would say that like after this next 30 days, I know after this next 30 days, I'm gonna really have to like go later in the day because I'm
Yes.
also like the thing about it is for me is I have to take my daughter to school. So like I'm up
Understood. You
and
gotta
it works for
listen.
me.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
You have to do what you can do consistently.
Mm-hmm.
That is, I
That's
saw
it.
your post yesterday about like Gary Vee and all this. I'm sorry. I curse a lot. Hold on.
It's okay.
It's early in the morning. I'm over here
It's
cursing.
early in the morning.
Hold on. I saw your post about people telling me to post a million times a day, like bunk that. And it's like, yes, first of all, do what you can do consistently. If this is what you need to do in order to get your daughter or your people out the door or tend to, it doesn't matter. As long as you're doing things consistently, and once you feel an ounce comfortable, you know it's time to take it up a notch, then then do something a little bit more. But like if you know that forming a West Coast audience is important,
Yeah.
then you will adjust. Right
Yeah.
now, just do what you can do consistently because that
Thank you.
matters more than anything else.
Listen, we didn't even breathe. We didn't even do any breath work.
You
You
didn't
just
breathe,
made my.
but
You just put me in a space of like, you know what? Yes, because it's just so many external
it's
messages,
noise.
right?
It's a lot
It's
of
so
it's a
much,
lot of
and
noise.
and so one
Listen.
of the it's so much. One, I had not read your full bio until this moment, and I'm like, OMG, the universe designed this whole thing because God is an all-encompassing word for the universe because
Yes,
nobody's religious beliefs attached. Saying that like this was divinely divine because who
the
like
time is always divine.
I wouldn't have predicted that I was gonna toss this thing in the to the out to the audience yesterday because I was like, I am overwhelmed by trying to figure all of this out. I'm just whatever. Let's just go. What people know me for is just being honest, being raw, being like
Yes,
real. I'm curious for you. So you
I'm
were a
curious
music
for you.
executive. You were a music executive,
Yes.
right? You built this whole career, this whole identity
Oh God.
as
Already.
a oh
Yes.
my goodness. Wow. Congratulations. That's
That
amazing.
was that was another time.
I know. And like, so I am in the middle of this evolution is what I'm calling. That's why it's
Yes.
becoming day 2 of becoming Omi.
Oh, I love becoming.
How do you what first let's step back. Let's go back. What process did you go through to just say, you know what? I need to move to something else. Like what was that moment?
Okay. Well, all right. Let me try to think of the most concise way to say this. I think I realized, mind you, if you are in the music business, you cannot just be in it because you think you like it, right? Like
Mm,
the music business is not a business where you're like, oh, I'm just going to clock in and clock out. The music
mm-hmm,
business has a grasp, a hold on your entire life. It is you live it, you breathe it, you sweat it, you snort it, you drink it, you do all of it. It is a fully encompassing lifestyle that you then get paid for if you can be productive, talk the talk, walk the walk, and still manage to find ways to be creative. It is a beautiful experience if you love it. If you stop believing in the product, if you stop finding the fun, if you are no longer working with your friends, if you are feeling like your health is in a place of sacrifice, if you feel like you no longer find the joy, it is a terrible place to be in. And I feel like I was coming to a point. I've been in a tumultuous business since jump. I got into this music business in 2008. People were getting laid off. It wasn't that much different. I mean, now we have different reasons for, well, similar but different reasons for being laid off. But it's always been tumultuous. Like it's always been crazy. I literally came in and people were getting taken out in handcuffs, and I was like, what am I doing here? But
mm,
but I loved it, and I knew that I was going to be a part of some type of entertainment business. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, by way of the Bay. I had no industry connections, none of that. I am literally like a Midwest girl with Bay Area attitude. I came down to California, and somehow all of this transpired. Like you said, the time was divine. But once I realized I had a I had skin cancer. I was 237 pounds. I was waking up, going to sleep, barely sleeping, and
mm,
I was no longer feeling the way that I felt. And there was a point in time during my career in the music business that I was like, I would do this shit for free. Like, y'all
mm,
paying me, this is just a bonus. Like, I would be here every day working for artists, collaborating with teams, getting creative. I just loved it. And then there came a point where I was like, I am making the most money I've ever made, and I don't want to be here anymore. Like,
mm,
this is not Y'all took away the artists that I like. You've let go of damn near all of my friends in the game. My CEO is gone. Like, it's very data and analytics up in here. And at that point in time, I was like, this is not why I came to this label. What are we doing?
Mm,
I don't know if we're matching anymore. And I
mm,
had already been on a wellness journey because of skin cancer, and just I was coming up on 40 and I was like, yo, I got to make a change because
mm,
anything at this point is going to be my fault. And I am never going to be the reason why my shit is not good. Like, I'm always the reason why it's great, and I'm always the reason why it's bad. So let me make sure that I'm making it good. Like, I
right.
am the problem and the solution. So I I had a golden parachute at there was a huge layoff at Atlantic. We were going through a whole year of layoffs. And at every layoff, you're like, oh, I'm lucky I made it. And then you're like, oh, hell no, this
Mm.
is terrible. And you're like, oh, I'm lucky I made it. And then you're like, you know what? Can somebody please let me go? Someone
Right.
else. Like, I don't want to
Show
be
me,
here
show
anymore.
me the unemployment. Show me the
Yes, like,
unemployment.
please, somebody please. At this point, like, I need somebody to just let me go so that I can figure out what it is that I actually truly want to do. And I, like you said, everything happens for a reason. I finally got this golden parachute and I was like, yes. Cause like you, I've been grinding since I was 13. I was team no sleep. I was hustle gang, all the things. Like, it was like, how is Mo in El Paso and then in Honolulu and now she's in Reno, Nevada, and then she's in LA. She's got like,
Mm,
it was nonstop and it was fun until my body turned broken, until I'm 5'2" and 227 pounds. And then my mind was not together. I was just making it happen, making it happen, making it happen. And I taught myself how to better regulate. And through continuing to lead teams, but also leading by
mm,
example, I ended
mm.
up getting
Did
here.
you, was there, so here's another thing that I find. So like people, and I'm curious about,
Yes.
when you teaching yourself to regulate,
Hmm.
where did you have an experience where you went to some type of retreat or
Hell no.
you like did
So the
you
reason why I for even have begun on this journey of first generation wellness was because I was like, all I know is that I need to get up and get moving and do something about my diet. That was like my first step into wellness.
okay.
Then I was like, okay, the Peloton app was changing my life. I love working
Mm,
out in a class setting, but this was COVID time. So I was like, I'll invest in a Peloton and I can do this. And it's in a class. This is cool. Then weightlifting, I did in high school. And then I was like, oh, I can do this here. Then there was a meditation chapter in all of their programming. I was like, ooh, my dad taught kung fu, but I
mm,
never thought what he was doing was taking care of himself.
mm,
My mother, like, was teaching kids aerobics and dance at one point in her life, but I never thought about that as being good for you. I just was like, this is
you just thought like, oh, she's just doing a thing, or
she's just
like,
doing her thing trying to make ends meet, right? Like, she was a dancer, she knows how to dance, she loves kids, boom.
mm,
And I was kind of like coming up, in the music business in LA. I'm like, I don't know, what are these granola people are doing all this stuff and they seem like they kind of got things together, but I don't understand what this means. I don't know what's right for me, but I just need to start trying things.
okay.
So the Peloton app kind of opened up my mind. And then I was like, okay, the meditation thing is hard because my mind
Yeah.
is spinning. But I was like, what if I just do 5 minutes? What if I just
Okay.
try it?
Starting somewhere. I love that because like starting somewhere. Sometimes I think, and I'm glad. Let's stop there for a second because I think
Yeah.
what people think is, it's you are there is you have your life in mind. So you're
Hmm.
like, okay, I want to do this thing, but like it gotta fit. So like I need to do it like in the 5 minutes that I got before. And it's
Yes,
like I'm not getting there. I'm not getting there. And I have people who have never tried breath work. One of the things I like about breath work is that it is more active. So
yes.
your brain
Calm
is
the
working
monkey mind.
together. Yeah, yeah. You
Yes,
can get there quicker than I think trying to sit and be
yes.
quiet.
Agreed.
But do what everybody out there do what works for you. I'm biased to breath
Try,
work because I'm a
try,
practitioner,
try,
but try. I think it
try.
is try, and it is. And then we think, well, I don't know. My personality is if I got to go full force
Same,
or nothing.
same.
It's like if I'm in it, I'm in it. You know what I mean? If I'm not in it, I'm not in it. It's like that is just, and maybe that's because my nervous system has been so dysregulated over the course of my
Mhm.
life that I feel like that's the only way I can manage. Because if
Yeah,
I don't give this full everything right in front of me, then I'm not going to be able to juggle it. It's going to get forgotten because I have so many things that I have to handle, so much that I'm juggling. So I'm trying to put it all together and be good at it.
yes,
The other thing about the meditation piece is I'm gonna do it, but I want to be good at it.
yes.
I'm gonna do my breath, but I'm gonna be good at it. I want to do yoga, but I want to be good at it. Like there is this
Mhm.
I want to be good at it
No, we want a
immediately,
gold star. We want a gold star.
every time.
Absolutely, but you also have to think, why do I need or want? Why do I want that? Why do I want that gold star? What does that say about me? Oh, it says that I'm good and that I'm the greatest and I'm perfect and all that. It's like, fam, why can't you just do stuff to be curious if you can feel a certain way? Like
Mm.
when you I say this for, I mean, if I'm hosting a breakfast, a dinner, a whatever, curiosity, even though they used to say it kills the cat, curiosity will leave you with connection. It doesn't matter if
Mm.
that's with other people or if that's with yourself. But when we are trying to listen, I still love a gold star. It is a part of my design. But the gold star should not be the thing that keeps you from being curious about whether you like something, whether you want to try something or not. And I think that like the wider lens you have, the better off you will be. Because there are times where I'm like, ooh, meditation is really working for me. And there are other times where it's like, I'm not like, that's just not working. That's not working. I need to do my breath work and then we'll get into meditation. Or I just need to get my breath work together because that's all I got time for. Like, find what works. Find
And
get
here,
curious.
I'm glad you said curiosity killed the cat because I'm all about like reframing things we say all the time. Like, oh,
Mhm.
is the cup half empty? Is it half full? That doesn't matter. What's in it? Can I reproduce it and sell
Facts.
it? You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. Like, does it quench my thirst for the moment? Like, whatever. Reframe some of this stuff. I think curiosity killed the cat is about asking questions asking questions around things you really don't want to know. You don't want to know the answer to. But
Mhm.
also, the cat got 9 lives. So
Facts.
if you
Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, I got 9
right,
lives. I
so
wonder why.
and you might need to let one of these lives go.
Right.
Okay.
And you can't go into the next one unless you let go of the last one.
That
So,
part. That part. There we go. So, okay. Now, this is one of the things that I've been really challenged by. Because let's talk about the identity side of it.
yes.
So, you find these things within yourself. You know these things within yourself. But then you're like, okay, this is the life I want to live. And not only that, this is the business I want to run.
Mhm.
Did you have any moments of like concern, and maybe you didn't, around like the brand you had already built, the achievements you had already had? Like, how do you go? Like, did you feel like you were leaving an identity behind? Like, what was
Of
that
course.
sort of
I mean,
bridge
listen,
and friction?
shoot. There again, I am a very enthusiastic, passionate woman. And if I am a part of something, I fully I get in it. So working at major labels, it was like Mo Hiramoto, Atlantic Records. You know, Mo Hiramoto, Sky
Mm,
Mo Hiramoto, Atlanta, like it didn't Warner, RCA. It was like I was synonymous with these record labels or even with my artists. And it was so, interwoven. that when I was leaving, I was like, oh, shoot. Wait, who am I without this?
Mm.
And I was like, hold on. Wait a minute. This is on some like, let me big up myself real quick, but it was like that label was that great at that time because I was there.
Come on, period.
It was.
You
And
can
every
call it bigging yourself up, but it's
well,
just the truth.
but it was. And every single person that was there at that moment in time, if you were at XYZ company during its heyday, you better make sure that you take consideration of you being there as a part of it being in its heyday.
That's
Now,
right.
you also have to think about this is also falling apart. And
Right.
be like, okay, if this is falling apart, how am I contributing? Or is this something that I can't control? Is this higher up? And how do I move on? But you have to make sure that you understand how dope and how great you are
That's right.
with or without the extra stuff. Because Mo Hiramoto as a coach, Mo Hiramoto as a record executive, those are all awesome things. These are ways that I can contribute to something bigger. But at the end of the day, it's like if it's just me and myself, how am I showing up for me? Because
Mm.
we all know if we show up for ourselves, we'll show up better for everybody else.
Right.
And when you do something great for somebody else, they usually pass it forward. And then it's just, it keeps going and going. But the identity of the music business is still within me because I love music. And
Mm.
I love working with creative people. And I want to help regulate the nervous systems of people that are in these systems still because I know that they need it the most. So
Mm.
I'm not Mo Hiramoto Atlantic Records. I'm still within arm's reach of my friends and artists and serving the community. But instead of leading teams to number one, I'm leading you back to yourself.
But was
That's
there a moment where you were like, that's fine, Mo Hiramoto, music executive is fine. And now I am Mo Hiramoto
wellness practice.
specialist. Yeah, wellness practitioner.
Yes, and I
And
think that there
did
was
you
a
have people in the industry going, what?
oh, I mean, people are going, "What?" the whole
Now?
time I was there. Like, I think that also probably plays into, like, I'm a multiracial woman. I didn't have industry connections. I didn't buy a Benz once I got a big check. I never was kind of doing the things that everybody else was doing. So people are constantly being like, "What is she doing?" So when I
Mm.
made this move over to here, I think people had already understood, like people from the outside looking in, and maybe this is just what I tell myself. It's like if you're worried about what they're thinking all the time, you're never going to move. You're never going to
Mm.
do anything. And I had to spend most of my life not worrying about what my family thought, what other people thought of me, how I fit within my family, if I was going to get this job. And I was just like, I have to just do what seems right. And when things are
Mm.
loud and chaotic, it's just noise on top of noise on top of noise. So when I had to walk into the first time I walked into a room of my old peers as a wellness practitioner, I had that like feeling in my soul where I was like, damn, I used to be on the other side of this. But
Mm.
in that moment, I was also like, and now I'm gonna show them how this is done.
Mm. I
Like it,
love you
I'm,
bringing up
I'm of service. It's
you,
different.
you know what? Something that you said there too is you're remembering who you are, because one of the things that I was just thinking this morning while I was in the shower, because that's when I have all my thoughts,
Oh my bad.
is
That's
is that how we never stop to study ourselves. And so
mm-mm.
like what you said was they were already looking at me crazy because I was moving in different I was always moving in a certain way. And when I think about how I built Black Girl Ventures, if when I take a moment and really thinking about it, I wasn't thinking. I was moving from what I felt. I was moving from like, this needs to be done. Okay, I see this. Because there was a point right before I built the company I had before BGV I had nothing. I had no money. I had no job.
Right,
I
you're
was,
making teepees in your living
that's
room.
what I'm saying. And so because of that, I already know what that feels like.
Mhm,
I was moving from, I'm going to make something shake. That's what I
mhm,
was moving from. I'm going to make something shake. I know that I'm talented. I know I got skills. And I feel like now I'm building all of that I've built to this point, stopping to be like, okay, I know who I am. I know how I built this. And I wasn't overthinking while building it. And now moving into this piece. Tell me about the business part of it, because I think the other thing that freaks me out is, and to anybody out there who has a dream, and well, let me watch my language. It had been freaking me out. Now I'm just kind of like, let's go. But it
yes,
had been freaking me out for a minute. And anybody out there who just recently got laid off, or you're building out your dream, or you're
mhm.
trying to think about like what the next thing you'll do. One of the things I'm asking myself right now is, how the heck am I going to replace my salary being a
Mhm,
wellness practitioner? You know,
mhm.
like what is like,
Absolutely. I think that every day. Are you kidding me? I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm still trying to figure it out.
I love that.
I'm not out here. I mean, are you kidding me? I was I was beautifully compensated. But I also have learned, and this is from I'm gonna take this straw out of my homegirl Delaney. Delaney is a financial advisor. She's out of Atlanta. I met her at Jump Global Summit, and we spoke on a panel about the future of wealth. And she was talking about how people leave their corporate jobs and don't realize when they start a business, you don't necessarily have to make the salary that you were making
Mm.
in your corporate job to live the same type of life or have a lifestyle that can, compete with you being an entrepreneur. Doesn't mean that you don't need money. We love money. Money comes to us easily. Money comes to us well. But the thought of it all, you can get lost in it. Like, if I'm not making six figures, then I'm not.
Mm.
And it's like, wait a second. Like, what is your business? What are you writing off? How are you making this make sense for you? Where is your time being spent? Like, also, I had the biggest hold on, mind shift. Sorry. I'm sorry. I had the biggest mind shift when I realized I was trying to just get all this money and retire in the music business. I was like, let me just save all this money and I'm gonna be done at like 50. All I was trying to do was hustle, hustle, hustle and get this money so I can just be done. Now that I'm in this space, I'm like, I could do this forever. I love helping
Mm.
people. Sound baths, meditation, breath work, coaching, workshops. I love this stuff. And I could do this daily. And this is the type of career that you could do for the rest of your life. So my lens on how I see this is a completely
Oh
different.
my God, Mo. You just sparked something in me right
Yes,
now.
tell me. Now I wanna know. Now I wanna hear it. Come on, share it with the world.
Because what you just said, I had not taken into account. Oh my God. You can still live the life you live. Okay, and I'm gonna take a slightly, so what you
No,
said, and I'm
let me
gonna add
make
a
it
little bit to
come on.
it. Okay,
Yes.
what you can still live the life you live the way you live it, with the pleasures that you have and luxuries you have, without thinking about the dollar amount in the same way.
Yes.
Because couple things, when you're doing it from a employee standpoint, everything is just relying on, like, if the employee gives you or doesn't give, if the employer gives you or doesn't give you, and everything is just stable one number, right?
Mm,
Stable one number, maybe you get 2 or 3% a year, but stable one number, stable, the idea, the delusion around
delusion
stability, especially right now.
right
Right now
now.
it's equally risky to have a business or a job.
Man, that's what
and
took me out. I was like, "This
and
don't make."
think, yeah, that's it. In thinking, in the tech realm, they call it golden handcuffs, and thinking that, okay, I'm gonna just do that, and then I'm gonna end it, and when I end it, I'm just gonna live what. And then right now, you if you retire, you still ain't really living whatever the quote free life is. You still got to go do something. However, what you said about, so there's a couple things that came to me: leverage, So like when you start working in different realms, depending on
Mhm.
what you're doing, there's different leverage points. There's
Mhm.
different negotiations, there's different collaborations. There's
Yes.
different ways to live then. There's different
Yes.
exchanges. There's different like there's different ways to be in offering services, giving services, who you're
Mhm.
serviced by, large chunks of capital, how you run like manage that capital over time, yeah, all
Mhm.
of that. And
Yep.
if you have full energy into it, what would that look like? So if you got full energy into your job, you only going to get but for so much out of it, no matter how much full energy you put into it. But when you
Yes.
put full energy into your thing or whatever you want to build, whatever your
Mhm.
personality is, and that could be like figuring it the fuck out, like
Yes.
that,
Failing
and
in
it
front of everybody.
that's
Yes.
right, and
Make
figuring it
that
out
a business. What?
when you put
That's a
right.
business.
That's it. But I could do this forever because the need to retire from a regular 9 to 5 is because you need out of the grind and into some rest. But with this, you're living freely, resting, regulating regularly. It's a part of your work to continuously
Yes.
regulate yourself and others. So it doesn't feel like something you need to escape from after like you don't need to like run a marathon and escape from it. You know what
I
I
mean,
mean? It's like, yeah.
listen, it's I mean, the other day, yeah, a couple days ago, I was like, man, I need to make a dope hypno breathwork meditation. And I was
Mm.
stressed and I was pressed because I was like, I want this to hit. I want it to be different than the last one I did. My Chinese medicine doctor had requested something. I'm like, oh, let me make this perfect. Let me make this perfect. And I was a little stressed, but I also was thinking, this is nothing compared to what I was exposed to before. And this level of stress is something I am stressed by designing a story. And I am stressed by figuring out, the right music to correlate. But this stress will soon bring ease.
Mm.
Think about it. If you have to practice a meditation novel, story script, what do you have to do in order to practice that?
You have to meditate.
Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? As I was kind of going on I know you took a 3 month sabbatical. I did a similar where it was like, at one point, I'm interviewing for other places and I was sitting with my career coach and I looked at him middle of our like package. I was like, fam, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to go work at XYZ company and be the salesperson and do new business for them. That doesn't even make any sense for me. None of this is secure, like you said. Nothing. If there is anything that we know right now, nothing is safe. So let's find what makes the most sense for us. What is it, like when I started in the music business, what is it that I would do for free? What is it that I actually love to do? What is it that I can find places where I'm actually going to spend my money and find ways for it to make sense for me. Like you just said, you don't understand what type of exchange you're going to be able to make when you
Mm-hmm.
start and launch this new business. If you were spending $500 a month on wellness services, therapy, Reiki, massage therapy, group, whatever, you might be able to trade that service as a wellness practitioner. You don't have to spend that money anymore. You're able to trade, or you're able to collab, or you're able to work with this water company now that's got a big old check for you. And you weren't going to be able to do that working for Walmart.
Yeah, 100%. And I would say so for people, a couple approaches. One, do what you love and or do what you're good at. And then do what you're good at until you can do what you love. So one of the things that I when I first is I got laid off twice. And the second time I was like, I'm not going back to work for anybody that can lay me off. And what skills did I have? So I started visiting what skills, any skills, what do they
Yes.
look like?
And you sat with
Um,
yourself though. You gave
you sit
yourself
with
a
yourself.
moment.
That's it. That's it.
Get
Sit with
curious.
yourself.
Sit with
Get
yourself.
curious.
Half the time, if I'm sitting with a client and I'm coaching, all I'm doing is asking them questions and giving them the time and the uncomfortable silence to answer it.
Mm. Given the uncomfortable silence to answer. Sit with yourself and give time to sit with yourself in the uncomfortable silence to answer the questions. That I feel like is half the battle.
Oh, oh,
Let's talk about the Hiramoto method, because I
mm,
want everybody to know what this is about, and I'm gonna put your information on the screen too,
yes,
to make sure
yes,
people know where to go. So
yes.
tell us about how the Hiramoto method works.
So the Hiramoto method. So my last name, and I feel like
It's
there's
so good, by the way. It's
thank
so
you.
good.
There's a theory. Oh gosh, it's leaving me. I'll find it. But there is a theory about how your name truly contributes to like who your identity is, which is
Really?
I find that wildly interesting. But Hiramoto means like abundance, large, vast, beginning, foundation, or base. So the Hiramoto method is like abundant beginning. It's like coming
Mm.
back to the wide foundation. So I was like, ooh, if that's what my last name means, then that is totally my methodology. It's like coming back to the foundation, making sure it's big, it's vast, it's wide, it's abundant. So for me, I first got, I made the transition from leading teams into coaching, which is probably a very natural transition for most people.
Mhm.
If you've been an executive or in any type of leadership role, or you've got a mouth and people listen, you're a coach. Then
Right.
you have to refine it. Then after that, then you get certified as a coach, and you learn to get comfortable with those silences, because I don't have the answers for you. You have the answers for you. I'm just giving you
Mhm.
space to figure it out. So once I started coaching, I realized soon after that I was working so much in the consciousness of people, but so much of what actually needed to be worked on in order for us to get to a place was through the subconscious. And you know this
Mm.
more than anybody, I'm sure,
Mhm. Mhm.
that getting out of the mind and getting into the body or to the heart is really where we start to get movement. And that's where breath work came in. So I was starting to use breath work at the beginning of each coaching session, because I'm like, people are coming at me frazzle dazzled, and I can't work with you when you're all noisy up here. I need us to get a little bit more into our bodies, a little bit more regulated so we can move forward. So that happened. That was like cool. Then I got certified in breath work, and I was like, hell yeah, I love regulating nervous systems. This is amazing, because now we can get where we need to go a little bit more
Mhm.
consciously. But then I realized even more so, my whole transformation and journey with starting with the weight loss, 75 pounds, thank you very much, naturally.
I
Um,
love it. Yes.
it took 5 years,
Congratulations.
but it's been a journey. And I was like, I started working with a kinesiologist, and
Mm.
a kinesiologist deals with muscle testing and understanding how the systems in the body work. So then I got into muscle testing and understanding that the body speaks in a binary code. So your subconscious, your nervous system, and your body speak yes or no. What I was teaching at Alice Poo's
Mm.
What's Next Career Summit was a somatic clarity lab, where I was helping people understand how their body is whispering or speaking to them, but it's so loud that they don't listen. And
Mm.
that gut feeling, that intuition, that all of that can actually be, I don't want to say tested, but it can be felt by using something as simple of a muscle test of a sway test. And I mean, I don't want to make you get up and do anything right now, but I'm
I know. I was gonna say we're gonna have to meet up. First of all, we about to be friends forever. So I'm gonna have to give you my
yes.
number. We're gonna have to connect. Because now I wanna one, okay, so I have an intuitive business coach that I work with for
Mhm.
like 6 months. Like this is way back, like
Mhm.
before I even started any. I was like at the beginning of BGV. I didn't really have any money, and she was like, and I was like, look, I need this. Like I can't. I don't think I can afford it, but I can't afford not to do it. So
Yes.
I made arrangements with her, and I did a 6 month session with her around like how to hone my intuition. And one of the things that she taught me is body as a pendulum,
Yes. Yes.
which is like
That's the
how
sway
you
shift.
answer, yeah, how you
That is
answer your
muscle
yes,
testing.
no questions.
Yes.
And so
Am
I'm
I is
like,
my name
yeah.
Jessica Hiramoto? Yes. Is my name Omi? No. Like, it's that simple.
And
Do I
is there one where they do the what's
Yes.
the
Yes.
okay, yeah, where they do the
This is
okay.
muscle
I
testing. I
did
mean,
that
I do it
at
like
the first grade.
this, I do it like this, I do it like this, I do it like that. I can but it can be done virtually also. So if somebody gives you the
Mm.
permission, the way that quantum entanglement works, if somebody gives you the permission to help them with their nervous system, because energy is energy, it's everywhere. We are all particles of energy. I can do muscle testing virtually as long as you give me permission to work within your
Mm.
subconscious. So just like how people can do Reiki at a distance,
Yeah.
you can do the same with muscle testing. So the Hiramoto method, if you do a full, coaching package with me or do like a big reset session, it is a full experience of let's help you release some trapped emotions that are keeping you from where you're supposed to go. So let's release some trapped
Mm.
emotions, let's regulate you with some breath work, and let's help you shift the mindset to make a different meaning to whatever it was that's been keeping you in this loop, that's been keeping you stuck, so that you can take the next best step forward. That is the
Well,
Hiramoto.
look, where do I sign up?
I'm
So
like,
look,
mohiramoto.com.
okay, there we go. Because I'm like, oh, I really want to do this. Mohiramoto.com.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining me. This
Thank
has been
you.
lovely. Thank you so much for waking up so early on a Monday. And we got to get together. So,
Yes.
yeah, I would love to figure out how we work together, collaborate on something. And I this right here. I'm like, how do you reframe, move around like these negative phrases or things that you've had or things that you
Mhm.
think you have to be? Like it's all a part of becoming.
It is.
Is it
It's a
anything
part
you
of
got coming up that you want to leave people with?
I have a course that I'm launching. It's called Clarity in 7. It's 5 minutes a day, 7 days. That'll help you get closer to clarity, to help you find your next yes. So it's a mini course that is coming out in May. And I just always want to leave and I always want to start with this. It's the same thing that I said in the beginning. If you lead with curiosity, you will leave with connection. That is it. Please
Mm,
just get curious, stay curious in boardrooms, on the subway, walking on the street, and with yourself. You will be better off and you will be more becoming who you're supposed to be if you lead with curiosity.
I love that. We're gonna leave it right there then. Thank you so much for joining me, Mo Hiramoto. And thank y'all for everybody for watching. Make sure you go to mohiramoto.com. Also know that I may have to thank you, Mo. I'm gonna put you off. So I may have to actually have her come back. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm bold enough to do this in public. I don't know if I'm bold enough to let her unpack me in public, but maybe we'll see. Maybe I will let her go through a full session with me in public and showcase like how it works in my own process because this is day 2 of becoming Omi as I evolve into a full wellness practitioner. And so I got some things that are coming up that I'm really working on. Some that I can say, some that I can't, but for as much as I can, I'm revealing the process. And I don't know, maybe I have practitioners like Mo come back and then, show y'all how it's done if she do it with me. And like, we'll see. I don't know if that's really vulnerable. That's a really vulnerable place, but also exciting. So I'm kind of game for it. I'm just that person. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure if you want to see the whole video, go to at the Omi Show, subscribe, look in the live section, you'll see the whole video. I also put up some clips on my social media because I have decided to narrow down. So at Omi Bell on Instagram, Facebook, Omi Bell, and we'll have some clips to come out. We'll have clips to come out on TikTok as well, and some Instagram tips. I mean, some Instagram clips. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow because I think I have a guest tomorrow too. Do I have a guest tomorrow too? Let me tell you, do I have a guest tomorrow? Actually, I don't have a guest tomorrow. So I will be back on Wednesday. And on Wednesday, I'm going to talk to my good friend and family medicine doctor. She's going to come and we'll talk about some things about like health, what that looks like. So she'll be focused on body. So today was focused on belonging. We talked a lot about pivoting. We talked a lot about subconscious work and what that looks like. Shout out to Mo Hiramoto, mohiramoto.com. Make sure you go check her out. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Okay. Do it on purpose. Do it like you want to do it. Do it like you're doing it for TV. Doing it like it's all you got to do. Do it like